Good morning and welcome from LeDuc Weddings. I'm Armando LeDuc.
And I am Shauna Rappel LeDuc, and you are watching
The Wedding Minute,
the show where you get all of the inside tips from the top wedding professionals.
Today we are here with Victoria Broughton, right? Tell them.
That's right.
Go ahead and tell them the story you just told us about Step Up. Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't know how old you guys are. Sorry.
I'm
but
38.
Okay.
Do I look? Why did you apologize?
Oh no,
Why did you
because I'm
just
young.
apologize?
That's why I'm young.
Okay.
Anyway,
I love you.
the movie Bring It On was like my favorite movie when I was younger. And then people would always start saying that, you get on the playground and they'd be like, "Bring it on," and I'd be like, oh, "Well, it's already been Broughton.
Hold
That's
up.
my last name." So,
Hold up. So where was you were in the playground when this movie came out?
yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's move on. So thanks for being on our show, by the way.
Thank you for having me.
We want to talk about wedding videography. We want to talk about boudoir, and we want to talk about you. We want to talk about how long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a great ride. I was always that kid with the camera, walking around taking pictures of all my friends, and I never really thought you could make a living doing it until I just one day, as an adult, was so sick of the 9-to-5 monotony, and I decided that I was gonna, change and do something new. So I picked up a camera, borrowed one from a friend, started taking pictures, and it just took off.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Very
How
cool.
wonderful that you get to do something that you love.
I do. I love it.
So, what made you get into the wedding business?
Weddings are where the money's at, but of course that's not the only reason. It's just the easiest way to kind of still have your weeks and get to do a lot of things with your family, have time off, and then get to see beautiful couples and weddings take place.
Aww.
So I'm a romantic, planning my own wedding now. So
You're getting married next weekend.
Yes.
Congratulations.
So
That's awesome.
I like the speed of a wedding day. I like how it's mainly adults, because they listen. So that's always nice.
Not always.
Do they?
Not
Do they listen?
Oh.
Right.
So,
All right. Let's let's talk about. Let's talk. So you got in there 5 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. Were you invited to do a friend's wedding, or you got paid the first time? Or?
Yeah, I'm sad to admit this, but I shot my first wedding. It was a small couple. They were having a reception at the Olive Garden.
Like a small couple, like
no,
short?
No. Sorry.
How tall were they?
It's a small
you think?
wedding
Oh,
with a
small
regular
wedding, yeah.
sized couple. Yeah. And
Small wedding, like 10
right.
people?
Yes.
wow.
Their reception was
That's
at
like
the
a micro wedding.
reception at the
That's
Olive
a term.
Garden.
That's a
Olive
term.
Garden, like one table.
micro
and
wedding.
Hospitaliana?
You know what, though? That is so sweet, though.
Yeah, it was really
Because
nice.
it's literally all about that couple and their love on that day.
Right.
So that's
No, it was
awesome.
really beautiful. And they loved their pictures, thank God, because I've heard horror stories about just going out and shooting a wedding. I mean, I hadn't even second shot a wedding when I first started. So I did it as a favor for them, and I loved it, and took off from there. I did take a lot of online courses, some master classes and things like that. Susan Stripling, some of my...
Who dat?
Right.
No, who dat?
Who dat?
Who is that?
You don't know who Susan Stripling is?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm sorry.
We can't talk.
Uh-oh.
We can't talk
No,
anymore.
but I mean,
Interview's over, y'all.
But to me, what this says is if your first shoot was that successful, then you must be a natural. I mean, some people can learn a skill, can learn a trade. Other people are just born with it.
Right.
Maybe she's born
Maybe
with it.
it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's me.
So you may have learned it, but you were probably
Right.
also
Yeah.
a natural.
Exactly.
So
I
that's
think
awesome.
it does take a little bit of a natural skill. You're right. Same thing with singing, which did you guys sing?
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Yes, we
So
did.
tell me, do you have a funniest or favorite wedding story?
Gosh, I don't know. All my weddings have gone pretty smoothly. I think, one time I almost fell into a fountain at a wedding, so that was, everybody laughed. I didn't think it was very funny, but...
Wait, did you fall in it?
No, I almost did.
All right,
I was
so we're going to change it
about
that
to
you
fall.
did.
Okay, you want it to be that
Yes,
funny. I
we-
did it.
no,
You
I'm
want it
just
to be
kidding.
like ruin all my equipment funny. Yeah.
No, just that your butt got wet.
Yeah.
So, all right, and then I want to hear about a memorable wedding.
Okay, a memorable wedding.
Or a memorable boudoir shoot.
Yeah, so memorable wedding would be, do you guys remember, was this 2 years ago when it flooded in Baton Rouge and Lafayette?
Once
The weekend that it flooded on a Friday night into a Saturday morning, and I had a wedding in Lafayette at, oh gosh, I can't remember the venue's name, but it's like that beautiful old like prairie town that's like, it's like similar to how people lived in the 1700s.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't remember
yeah.
the name of it.
And it's kind of enclosed.
Yeah, it's like swamplands and they have all the old like
Yes,
historic
I've
homes
definitely
and things.
played it.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. So she
Like a
was
barn,
getting married
right?
there. Mm-hmm. I drove in to Lafayette the night before on Friday, and it flooded that night. And she called me in the morning, and like tears just like everywhere. I could tell she was so upset. She said that her whole venue was underwater, and they wanted to get married that day anyway. So they planned to get married at their church, which wasn't underwater. So we drove through floodwaters. Literally had my truck lifted up off the ground and put back down. It wasn't rushing water, so it wasn't like turn around, don't drown. It was just really scary. We drove through, got to the church. They moved the whole wedding into his parents' home. And as all of like, I think 10 or 15 of her guest homes were underwater as they came to celebrate her wedding at her parents' house with her. And I mean, it was just the most special thing. I mean, a guy like grabbed a guitar, played guitar. Her dad spent all day cooking up like some Cajun pasta and jambalaya. They had like one piece from their cake because the baker hadn't finished. She'd only finished like one, like the top
my
tier.
gosh.
So they brought that by, and like I just remember seeing them, just that moment, really. You talk about it being about them being about love. I could cry. Like, it was just so, like, wonderful to be a part of.
That's really
Seeing them dance in, like, his parents' living room to some guy playing their song via guitar was just, like, the sweetest thing
Very
ever.
sweet.
Yeah, and so we got featured on a bunch of local news channels and things like that when it
that's
happened. I took one picture at the very end of the night. I asked them to go out into the floodwater where it wasn't rushing. It had already flooded. It wasn't even raining anymore. It was just, like, a whole area of field was, like, this high underwater. And they stood in it with his rain boots on, and he held her, and she had an umbrella. And that picture kind of went viral on social media for a little while.
So talk about reliable. She'll come to you even in flooded waters.
Luckily, I was able to get there. The videographer wasn't. He was leaving Saturday morning from New Orleans, and he couldn't make it. Remember the whole highway was shut down because it was underwater.
They're going to remember you forever. You were a part of one of their biggest days.
She's very sweet. I think we'll always be friends. So
That's
Man,
awesome.
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
So I'd like to maybe switch gears and offer some sort of the education part of the program. 3 mistakes that you see brides making in either planning with the photographer.
Sure. Yeah. So there are definitely some mistakes that make your day not go as smoothly. So to me would be not planning enough time for hair and makeup. That always is an issue. Like literally at almost every single one of my weddings, I tell my brides, please make sure that your hair and makeup artists just start an hour earlier than they think they need to start, because they give timelines, but they always end up running behind. I'm not saying it's completely their fault. It can be the people there too. It just gets chaotic.
Things happen.
Right. So definitely planning extra time into your time budget. I would say to make sure everything can run smoothly and you're not really like trying to get last minute touches and rush to your wedding.
Right.
Another thing would be not wanting to spend enough money on photography and videography, because I was that person who started out really, really low, and I'm not going to say my work wasn't great, but everybody, when you start out that way and you don't go to college and you don't do you don't
It's a learning.
right, you have to learn. And I think that if you really want beautiful, beautiful memories, you have to be willing to spend thousands of dollars on them. So-
100%. Yes.
Yeah,
So
so-
there are certain things you just don't want.
Well, that's the thing that you're going to have.
Right,
forever.
Everything that, yeah.
Right.
All the memories are over,
photos
and that's
to be beautiful.
all you're going to have left.
yeah,
so
exactly. I mean,
don't
I'm
skimp.
like
You get what you pay for.
pretty much taking out a loan for against my first child's college funds to pay for mine. So, just kidding. I'm not,
Hey, it is
but
what it is.
It's expensive.
You
so,
do what you got to do. Sacrifice.
Yeah, so just making sure that if photos and video is important to you, going ahead and spending the extra money is just so important in my mind. And then the third mistake brides are making is just letting things upset them too much on the day of the wedding. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're married to the man that you love and everyone's there with you and you get to have some kind of party, just like let all those little things go, you know, because at the end, like, you're not going to remember it. It's not going to matter, you know, so.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
really good advice.
Awesome.
So we talked about wedding photography. Let's go into some boudoir.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Have you had a session before?
I did one, and you know, I was thinking about maybe just doing another one for fun.
Oh yeah, you
So-
totally should. People do it all the time.
Yeah.
Boudoir is so much fun. It is just I can't tell you how many women I've had come to me and they said, I don't ever feel sexy.
Yeah.
I don't ever feel sexy. I haven't felt sexy since I was 20 years old. And it's really wonderful to kind of bring them in and put them through this experience that gives them their confidence back. I mean, I've had women sit with me on the couch while we're reviewing their photos and they just cry and they're like, that can't be me. Like, that just can't be me. And it's just really, really nice. It can be fun. It can be sexy. It can be just flirty. It doesn't have to be crazy. I think some people are scared of it because they're like, oh, I don't want to be like trashy or I don't want to be like uncomfortable, but we really put you at ease at our studio. We have hair and makeup there. We talk. We get to know each other beforehand.
That's great.
You have some champagne. So,
Oh.
yes.
How can you not feel sexy? with
Right,
that
right,
champagne on your
exactly,
side?
exactly. Strawberries, we do like fresh pastries from a bakery downstairs, so it's just really nice. It's like
I mean, do you ever take photos of the women like eating and
yeah,
drinking?
yeah, we do.
Because
We do.
to me, that's a little sexy. I mean, drinking.
Yes,
Or eating a
yes.
strawberry.
There have been lots of different ideas thrown about throughout the time.
so
So yeah,
fun.
it is really fun, and I love
great.
it. So. Our studio is in the French Quarter downtown, so it can be just like a little nice day for yourself to come down to the quarter and meet girls afterwards for drinks because you'll have your hair and makeup done.
That's
so
true.
you kind of just make a whole day of it.
That's
and
awesome.
It's just fun. Yeah.
So thank you so much for being on our show. We really appreciate you being
It's
here.
a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yes,
So
we'll
nice
have to
to
take
meet
some
both of you.
photos.
I would love that.
Yes.
Yes, let's do it. I'm all about it
Oh,
myself.
couple boudoir is a thing, you guys. So.
I've
done it
What is
many,
it?
many
tell
times.
Us, tell us what this is.
Oh, now we have to keep going.
Go ahead. I want to know what this couple boudoir
So
is.
couples boudoir is a great chance just to connect with your partner and have some beautiful pictures of you guys. I mean, right now you two are beautiful. I'm sure you've been beautiful for a while.
Aw, she is.
You're always gonna be beautiful, but we're gonna get older and we're gonna get wrinklier, and so
And that's
I just
when I
think
want to
it's-
take my picture.
I think it's lovely to just freeze this moment in time, regardless of what you look like. I mean, you do not have to be thin to do boudoir. You don't have to look any certain way. It's about celebrating who you are together as a couple.
Yes.
And it's just really, it's very sensual and sexy. It's nothing like gross about it.
So thank you so much for coming on the show again. I know you
Thank you.
brought up a couple boudoir, and I was just like, what's this?
Tell us more.
So I wanted to know a little bit more about that. Take this camera right here and let us know where we can find you.
So we are VCB Photography, also Victoria Christine Boudoir. You can find us in the French Quarter off Dumaine Street. If you'd like to make an appointment, you can call our phone number 214-729-7478. Just won't give up that Dallas phone number, so.
No problem.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Please subscribe below.
And visit our website at leducweddings.love for more videos, tips, and fun.
Love is in the air.
It's in the air.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye-bye.